If you like to talk with tomatoes, this is the podcast for you. Welcome, everyone, to episode 113 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. I am Todd Turner, Big Pops, also known as Mosaic Fan Art.
And hi, sweet friends. I am Hannah Jo, aka Sis, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
Anyway, we'll get to that. Hannah, how are you doing?
Friends, I'm okay, Dad. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah,
right
I'm doing
on.
well. Hey, tell everybody what we do here.
Hi, sweet friends. So, as per the usual, we are going to start off talking about some nerd news to us, stuff we think is interesting. We're going to chat about what we've been binging. Usually, we do a pull list, but Dad has no new comics to speak of. And so
For
it's
the
going to be
last 3 weeks.
honestly, it might just be next episode. We just talk about your comics. It might just be a comic book episode. And we're
actually,
going to review.
I have an idea for next episode, actually.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it.
I'll talk about it in the news.
Okay, love.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're so fine. We watched a VeggieTales movie because we're recording this during Holy Week, and I was like, okay, I need to redeem myself from the Halloween movie, the like fall movie, and I picked Sweet Home Alabama, and you like made fun of me for it. I was like,
this one isn't a daggone. I mean, if we're
it's
gonna
not
watch
Easter, but it's VeggieTales.
It is VeggieTales. We watched.
There's not an Easter VeggieTales movie.
I know there's not, because the whole deal was they did vegetables because they didn't want to do hair, and they don't make Jesus because they didn't think Jesus should be a vegetable. So, yeah, we're watching Jonah.
Jonah and the Whale.
Is that what it's called?
It's literally. I think it's just. It might just be called Jonah.
I think it's just Jonah.
Yeah. I remember the DVD. Yeah, it was literally called Jonah, a VeggieTales movie.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So first, we will dive right into where we were like, we have all of our sources giving us all this information. We call
the
it
6 HBO execs.
Yeah, no, nerd news to us. Typewriter sounds here, which nobody uses anymore.
The nerd news
Hannah.
desk.
That's right. From the Memphis news desk.
Oh no, Dad froze. You're fine. You froze. I heard from the Memphis news desk.
And I said, wait, are you from Millington? You're in Millington, right?
Tell everyone where I live, Dad.
Well, I don't know. Everybody knows where I live.
Yeah, I live in Millington.
Anywho, what do you got, Hannah?
Okay. Did you see the photos they released for the Fantastic Four First Steps movie? They released like 5 to 8 like stills from the movie.
I did not see them.
And they're beautiful.
Okay.
The costuming looks great. There's one where
it's like a light blue.
There's one where Sue and Richard are in a photo. I almost called him Rich. Sue and Richard. Richie Rich. I mean, Sue and Richards are in a frame together, and
Sue Richards and Reed Richards.
You knew what I meant.
Sue and Richard. I knew exactly what I meant.
She's holding what looks to be a young man, and I don't know if that's supposed to be their son or if that's supposed to be Johnny. But she's embracing a young man.
I was trying to find the pictures, but I haven't seen them. So anyway, I heard that she's going to be pregnant in the movie. So she may have the baby during the movie. I don't know. I don't
know, Dad. But I need you to know that there was a photo that I saw.
Are they real?
Yeah, it was on Nerdy.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
No, it was on Geek Tyrant.
Oh, well, I didn't see it. I'll have to look those up.
Yeah, they're
No,
beautiful. It looks very much like the 60s vibe.
it's supposed to. It's
But
an
you know what I mean?
alternate universe. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks cool.
So it's funny because I was talking with our next door neighbor's son, who will be going into middle school next year,
Oh my goodness, I'm
and
so old.
I was asking, "Who's your favorite superhero?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know, maybe Batman or Spider Man, but you got to like the villains," he said. And I was like, "So who's your favorite villain?" Well, it's got to be Syndrome.
Hey,
You caught me monologuing. Anyway, so the reason I said that is because it pulls it all back to The Incredibles, right?
yeah,
And
the best Fantastic Four movie so far.
so the music and even he said, and you got to love the music in that movie. And I
60s
was like,
style.
it's the same guy who's doing the music for
It's the
Fantastic
same
Four.
guy.
Same guy.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So I think even there's even, do you remember when Nathan had that Mr. Incredible car?
Yeah.
It looks like the Fantastic car a
Yeah.
little bit. So I'm excited about it. I did read where Galactus is not going to be fully CGI.
I think he should be a person.
They're you remember like on Lord of the Rings where the people are little and Gandalf's big, where actually they're the same size or whatever. So they've been doing like photo shoots on how to make the camera, to where to where Galactus literally looks like the old Kirby Galactus. Did we ever read that
sick.
together?
Yes, maybe.
No,
I've
no.
read so many things, my dear
We
papa.
read the Black Panther
Yes.
when tropes were tropes.
And
when
I
tropes
was
were
like,
tropes.
I was like, this is so tropey. And you were like, this is literally the first time this was ever done. And I was
This
like,
is
oh
the
no.
beginning. This is the beginning of tropism.
Before tropes were tropes.
Before tropes were tropes. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm getting excited for it. I think it'll be good.
I'm excited. It is going to be, who knows? We might be watching that in Nashville.
Yeah, we might be. No kidding. But that's okay. I'll watch it wherever.
Party in Nashville.
Party wherever. Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Do you have any?
Well, that was one of them.
That was one of them. Do you want me to go again then?
I can go. I don't care. I don't have a whole lot.
Go for it, Dad. I don't have a whole lot either.
So, do you know who Todd McFarlane is?
Yes. He's like an adult comedian.
No, not at all.
Okay. I don't.
Todd McFarlane is the creator and the original draw artist of Spawn.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's the one who basically created Venom. He was the first one to draw Venom and all. Anyway, so he is like CEO, CFO, one of those in Image. He's got a big wig part in Image too. But he has a part of his business that's just McFarlane Toys. So they make high-end, not always high-end, but action figures or statues. And they cost bukus of money.
Oh, yeah.
So McFarlane Toys has done this thing where like Walmart has an exclusive. And one of them is
Spawn.
no, it's actually Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Okay, sick.
And the Joker from The Killing Joke.
Oh, man.
You know, the one that I did the mosaic of.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for the news?
How much are they? Are they like $600?
The semi hauling all of these toys was stolen.
That sounds
on its way to a Walmart distribution center.
I'm dead.
Gone.
I'm dead. Are they on
The
eBay?
entire U.S. production run of McFarlane's Killing Joke and the multiverse trailer of Supergirl goes missing.
Have they found it?
No.
Are they holding them ransom? Are they going to sell them?
That's the thing. They're like, watch, they may pop up online. People may sell them.
I was going to say, are they on eBay yet?
I don't know. I doubt it. Can you imagine?
Is it the
they
dark
would arrest
web?
you for sure. So they were stolen this month.
I'm dead.
This month. A whole entire tractor trailer transporting this toy merchandise was stolen. The shipment was en route to a Walmart warehouse.
I'm dead.
Like big high ticket items. Like, where is this tractor trailer? Don't they have like a GPS on the tractor trailer, like on the trailer or something?
They should.
Or maybe it's an inside job, maybe. Who knows? So that's the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. It's literally Supergirl holding the sword up on the cover of the first issue. And it's the Joker. Like on the cover of the thing, he's got a camera, and like when he busts into Barbara Gordon's house and he kills her with the camera. So it's him with the camera and all that.
Man.
So stolen. Can you believe that?
Dominic Toretto.
Okay. Yeah,
that's some OG Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious 14 right here.
That's some OG Fast and the Furious nonsense is what that is.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
They
probably think it's a trash can. What do you call that? Didn't they like hide something in a garbage truck or something in one of those things? They swapped out the...
Yeah, they did. A safe.
Underneath an underpass or whatever. They swapped out a safe for a garbage truck.
It was in Fast and Furious. It was Furious 7.
There you go. I like that one. I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as they didn't go to space, we're good. Yeah.
Have you seen all of the like news and scuttlebutt about the Minecraft movie?
I did.
It's making bukus of money.
Yeah, but that's not just what I heard. I heard like people were taking chickens into the movie.
It honestly is giving, because I was trying to like put this in perspective in my own mind. Like,
I know exactly what you're going to say.
It's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
100%.
Minecraft
100%
is a 15-year-old boy's Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was like, do I need a prop bag to go watch this movie?
Listen, it is so, but I've heard the movie's really good.
There was a review that
bonkers.
I saw, and it says, a Minecraft movie is dumb, loud, absolutely bonkers, and a total blast.
Yes. And they're already greenlit the sequel.
For the sequel.
100%.
Did you ever find the photo
I did.
of
Jack? Oh, no. Yes. No, I've watched Did you watch
the video?
Hannah is asking me about, it was an interview where Jason Momoa and Jack Black are on there, and they're both wearing sweaters, like these outrageously ugly sweaters that Jason Momoa crocheted. And I'm like, I'd wear that out. 100%.
That's so
that's
funny.
So fun. So yeah, I've read that. I was like, because it's chicken jockeying, right? Where you can ride a chicken in the thing. Like, who would take a chicken to? We talked about that today, actually.
I just think
one of the ladies who works with me has chickens, and I was like, she goes, do I need to take a chicken to this movie? She goes, and listen, here's what she said. She goes, listen, if people were taking chickens into these things, I'd go just to see that.
It's so funny. Trevin and I were talking about it. This is not like a demographic that has had a movie just for them in a minute. Like,
that's true.
11-year-old to like 24-year-old boys.
Sonic.
Sonic.
Or do you think that the funness is
the way that Minecraft has taken over everything?
I have it on my iPad. I play it on occasion.
My husband plays Minecraft.
Listen, I have a friend.
Unironically.
I have a friend, my Canadian friend A, and he does that. That's what he does. That's what he's trying to make a living doing. Just streaming on Twitch, playing Minecraft, and he's my age. So
yeah,
that's funny.
I just think it's so cool. I love that Jack Black is just working. That he's a working guy.
He has become this generation's Nicolas Cage.
We love him.
I know, no kidding.
We love Jack Black. Did you watch the clip on the Kelly Clarkson TV show?
Where he was Bowser?
Where the young man
no, I didn't see
on
it.
Love on the Spectrum. No. Okay, so do you know what Love on the Spectrum is?
Yeah, it's like a reality show that follows people who are on the spectrum dating and stuff.
Yeah. So it's this gentleman whose name is Tanner who loves Jack Black, and he has like certain things he wants to do on certain, like when he's certain ages. So when he's 30, he wants to meet Jack Black.
Okay.
And Jack Black was doing promo for Minecraft movie, and so he surprised Tanner in person. And so
Is
Tanner
he 30
got to
now?
meet. No, he's younger. And
Well, that means I'll have to meet him again when he's 30.
and Kelly was like, I'm sorry, I know that this doesn't follow your time frame, but he just was so excited to meet you. And it is such a beautiful,
That'd be sweet. I'll have to
Jack
watch
Black
it.
gets teary, like he's tearful.
Which is weird because we usually have Kelly Clarkson on at work, but we're so busy we don't pay
It
attention.
was so cute. And this gentleman Tanner keeps saying, like, Jack, I'm gonna get your phone number and we're gonna work out together and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And it's so good to see you, Jack. And he's like giving him hugs and it's so cute.
That's fun. It's
so
good.
tender.
I know.
Oh, Tanner.
Well, it's good that it could be like that. That Jack, would be as kind as he was.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
I'm not.
I
either.
think that I think Nick Cage is probably just as kind too. You don't think so? Is Nick Cage a turd?
I think Nick Cage is Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage. He's
All the
on
time.
the history.
All day, all day.
He's the host on the history of swear words.
I don't even know what that is.
And that feels very
I believe
accurate.
that we can't talk about that on this podcast. I have a feeling.
It's just so funny.
That is
okay,
funny.
that's all.
All right. So, do you know the Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians?
Nope.
The baseball. Anyway, that's been a while. That has nothing to do with this. Isn't the news? The news is that they are having a Superman night at their baseball field. It's called Progressive Field.
Okay.
And where they are going to give away, what's it say? It says the Guardians will be transformed into the Metropolis Meteors, which is the Metropolis baseball team. And the Meteors are returning to Cleveland as the Guardians announced Superman Night. They're having special edition limited collectibles, a Superman bobblehead, T-shirt giveaway, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. It's going to be July 23rd, and
Cool.
they're like, fans come and show off your Superman pride, and the first 15,000 fans get all these cool
Hey,
things.
I need you to know I'm excited for it to be baseball season. For those of you who know the podcast well and good, you know that she ain't a sporty gal. She doesn't know much about it.
So why do you want
I
baseball season?
love the pageantry of a baseball game. There are things to sing and chant and shout, and you get up and you do dances, and
True.
everyone has like a walkout song, and the people it's very like there's pageantry to it. Trevin and I have already bought at Costco where we live in Nashville. We go to Nashville Sounds. And they had at the Costco buy 2 tickets for like the like honestly
Buy 2, get
good
something.
seats for $50.
Awesome. That's
So
great.
$25 a ticket. And the Nashville Sounds, I just Googled this because I thought this was so funny because my husband has a jersey that's the Nashville Brewskis. And he bought
yes.
it just because he thought that was hysterical because that's just like another word for beer. He thought that was so funny. And and so the Nashville Sounds sometimes are the Nashville Brewskis, like for like a week or
I got it.
a couple weeks. And it's because they're the feeder team to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so
That's
they're
funny.
So I think that when again, pageantry, like they're changing their name and having an event.
I watched
That's theater.
Yeah, that is funny. I watched a clip about a guy. I can't remember what he said he was doing, but he was like, he's just a down home country boy who used to play baseball. And at one point, one year for Christmas, when he was young, he asked for stilts. So they bought him stilts. So have you heard of the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah.
He's
Do you know
the
how
guy.
expensive those tickets are?
They're a fortune. Yeah.
Dad, I want to go to a Savannah Banana game so bad. It's
A squirrel just fell out of
so
a tree right in
expensive.
front of me. I'm sorry. I went, what the
Dad
heck?
went, what was that?
It's crazy.
But man,
Yeah,
okay,
so
that's really cool.
it was really interesting because the guy was like bagging groceries or busting rock. I don't know what it was. He's young. And his mom said, I've got you a tryout for this team. And he goes, what? He goes, yeah, but you have to bring your stilts. And he goes, and I had no idea.
Because he auditioned regularly
he said,
and they didn't want him. And he was like, well, I can probably do it in stilts.
He said that he hadn't worn stilts in so long that one of the straps dry rotted and they had to get duct tape or something on the way there. And they're like, "Can you hit the ball on these?" He said, "Sure." He goes, "I'd never done it in my life. I had no idea." But he walked out there and did that, and it was like that was the beginning of it
so
for him.
fun.
I know.
Again, pageantry.
I know.
That's theater, is what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
The people love the theater.
The theater.
What happened to the theater? Did you see the How to Train Your Dragon character posters with the dragons?
No. However, this is going to be shot for shot the cartoon, right?
I know. But yes, they're changing a lot of things. I think that it's really, I don't know. I think that they definitely did this on purpose. Universal just released is wrong. Universal in Orlando, Florida, just opened a land called the Epic Adventures Land.
Okay,
and there's an entire section of the park that is Burke.
I got you. That makes sense.
Character actors are like walking around, like Rough Nut and Tough Nut, the twins. Are just walking around. You can like do a character meetup with Hiccup and meet Toothless. And like Toothless is like an animatronic, is like moving his head, is like interacting with you and things like that. Like roller coasters. There's a giant like play place for kids, like all sorts of different stuff. So I definitely think that they're being very smart.
So do you like the character posters?
No.
Oh, really?
Some of the dragons just look weird.
See, that's what's it'll be hard to do.
And Toothless, I think for Toothless to look like Toothless, you have to get the eyeballs right.
Well, it looks good it looked good on the trailer.
Yeah, but when compared to the other dragons, he looks more cutesy,
silly
than spooky.
Gotcha.
And some of the other ones look more spooky.
But he really doesn't only look spooky at the very beginning and then doesn't look spooky ever again, really.
There are times when he's kind of spooky. Like in the second and third one.
Okay.
I don't know. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. I'm going to drag my husband there, even though I thought that he'd be so excited about it. And he's like, "Why are they doing this to my favorite movie?"
Well, Lisa's favorite movie isn't Snow White.
I mean, honestly, fact.
Do you know what? I don't know if this is at Universal or not, but I've been sucked into watching videos of these people going to meet Megatron.
Oh, he's hysterical.
He
roasts
hysterical,
people.
Kills people. Like he goes
just roasting them.
Like, "Oh, you have a San Francisco 49ers jersey. What are you here to do? Teach me how to lose?" And it's like, golly, he's just brutal. He's so funny.
It isn't Universal.
It is Universal?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's Universal. Do they have one in California?
I don't know that answer.
I don't know. Sally's watching.
Sally, if you know the answer, let us know. Let us plebeians know. She knows stuff. Yeah. But those videos are hysterical.
I just sit there and laugh, and Mom's like, "Are you watching those again?" I'm like, "Yeah."
The Grinch is there at Christmas time, and the Grinch
and he would be the same way.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
At Christmas time. Beetlejuice 3.
I saw that. I didn't see 2.
So silly. Beetlejuice, it was not good.
Well, here's the deal. And there's a lady who works with me who loved Beetlejuice, so saw the second one. She said, it was pretty busy.
Yeah, they had one too many plot lines.
Sally said, yes, it is they do have one in California.
I don't know where it is then. Maybe Megatron is in California.
That's what, I think it is, because if he's making fun of the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers is probably in.
It's probably California.
But yeah, Beetlejuice 3 had one too many. Beetlejuice 2 had one too many plot lines. The twist, I definitely saw twisting coming my way.
I haven't seen it, so.
Beetlejuice was still obsessed with Lydia. Poor girl. Can't catch a break.
Oh, well.
But.
So yeah, I'm not that big a deal. I did Vincent D'Onofrio, who is Kingpin, was like, they were interviewing him, and he was talking about, his love for these characters, and he's been vocal about it. And he said, these days, I don't know if you guys are into DC like you're into Marvel too, because I think if I would ever get to be something, I'd love to be the Swamp Thing. Vincent D'Onofrio as the Swamp Thing. Oh, and
what do you
by
think?
the way, I would love it, but I mean, the Swamp Thing character
Do you think that would be CGI?
I don't think so. I think it would be mostly practical because it's weeds and stuff,
Yeah.
and then some CGI, but most of it would be practical.
Yeah.
I think. So I don't know. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I had
So
one more
cool.
piece of news. Do you have any more?
Lay it on me. I don't have any more. All done.
This is what I think we should do for
Okay.
coming up. So it is the 30th anniversary of the Goofy movie.
Oh, I literally was watching a video of the Goofy
the two
in song. The scene.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, we should watch the Goofy movie. I love the Goofy movie.
So the voice actors for Max and Goofy were at Disney, and they come out, they bring them out, and they have the car that they did the road trip, real car, and it's got this bag on top and everything on top, and they get in this car, and there's about a 7-minute conversation with them talking about doing this and while they're supposedly driving, but you can definitely see that they weren't driving. They drove it off the lot, and then they
ain't
filmed
going
them.
Anywhere.
But and they talk about it, and there's going to be stuff all year apparently, odds and end, that has to do with the Goofy movie. So I think that would be a fun one for us to watch and talk about.
I love that. That's so fun.
Yeah, Bill Farmer is Goofy, and he talks about, he gives a brief thing about how he came up with it, how he does the voice, and how he got the job, and then the guy who was Max said that like when he was supposed to laugh, he just spontaneously did like his dad laugh, and then acted like he was embarrassed, and they added that to the thing when he went yuck, as Max.
He's like,
he's like and he covers his mouth because it's in front of the girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we should watch that and talk about
the Goofy movie. Powerline.
What's Powerline?
Powerline is the guy. That's why the Goofy movie exists. He's going. They're trying to get to the Powerline concert.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
And that's why they get in trouble at the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, and they go to like the country bear thing, and they're like, I'm so excited. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. We'll have to watch
the
that
Goofy movie.
All right. Well, that's all the news.
Yes.
How about binging? What are you watching, reading, listening to?
Okay. Trevin and I are rewatching Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Because of course we are. He gave the DVDs to his mom and stepdad for them to watch because they had never seen it, and they enjoyed it. And we got the DVDs back, and Trevin was like, "It's time to watch it again." And I was like, "Okay." And so we've been rewatching it. Man, Nate Dogg stinks.
The squirrel did it again. I got a kamikaze squirrel out the side of my window. I'm sorry. It completely catches me off. And yes, the Nathan thing, I felt like that was, I don't know.
It's very well written.
It happens fast.
It doesn't.
And yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, whatever.
He's always had, it's like if you go, how many times have you watched it? 3. Yeah. At like first season, he's like very timid, like very jealous, very afraid. And then he, like there's a moment in the first season where he says, I'm deathly afraid of aging, that he like doesn't even stay in the shower too long because if his fingers get wrinkly, he's like afraid.
He ages quick. He's gray as can be at the end.
Yeah. When he starts being a nugget is when his hair starts graying. So you can like start noticing the gray at his temples, and then it starts going out throughout his entire hair. I don't know. I don't think it happens quickly.
Okay.
I think can see I don't know how it happened, but he learned the way to be strong is by pushing other people down.
Yeah, I think he had a bad relationship with his dad, too.
Yeah, he definitely had a bad relationship with his dad. So much of it is about fathers.
Mm-hmm, there's a big part about it, yes.
So much of it is about fathers. Anyways, so we're rewatching Ted Lasso for the millionth time. My husband finished Hogwarts Legacy, so I watched him play Hogwarts Legacy.
Is that a video game?
Yes.
Okay.
Very fun game. to watch. I think it might be a game that I want to play when I'm back home, because there's a story mode that you can put on where you don't have to like fight people.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I think that sounds more fun. A big thing that we binged this past couple of weeks was Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube, who is a YouTube meteorologist who follows storms, because there was some really bad weather that came through. It came through Tennessee, came through Kentucky. Some historic flooding that happened in Kentucky.
I know.
Some flooding that happened in Memphis.
Guess what movie I watched?
What movie did you watch? Day After Tomorrow? Classic.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it just two days ago.
But yeah, so
I almost sent just the music clip to you to see if you know what it. So anyway, Ryan Hall, y'all.
I was watching Ryan Hall, y'all. For those of you who live in a southern state, would recommend. He's excellent. He's on top of it. So I'm sitting on my bed. We have Ryan Hall, y'all, on. I'm cross stitching, and I send a Snapchat to all my friends. Like, this is where I'll be all night. And let me tell you, I was there all night long. It's the least amount of sleep I've had in a very long time. Was when the tornadoes came through a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, I send a picture to one of my very best childhood friends, Mary Ann, and she messages me back and is like, "Are you watching Ryan Hall?" And I was like, "Yeah, we stan Ryan Hall, y'all, in this house." And she was like, "I am dead. That is one of my best friend's husbands. I didn't know he was actually famous."
Are you serious?
I was like, "Are you kidding?" And she's like, "No, I'm screenshotting this and I'm texting it to her." So I 7 degrees of Nicolas Cage, 2 degrees of Ryan Hall, y'all.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh, sorry.
Not Nicolas Cage.
I have Nicolas Cage on the brain. But I just thought that was so funny. So much of this past has been us watching Ryan Hall, y'all, because he is on top of it. He follows storms all the way through. He has meteorologists that work for him. The footage that was used of the tornado in Arkansas was one of the storm chasers that works for in conjunction with Ryan Hall, is a kind of a big deal. And my one of my sweet childhood best friends is "You follow him?"
That's hilarious.
We love him.
That's great.
I just thought that was so funny. So yeah, Ryan Hall, y'all, Weather Channel was binged, was in the background of the majority of the time.
Nice.
It's so funny. He has an AI bot called the Y'all bot, who, whenever he needs to take a break and take a drink of water or step away, the Y'all bot explains what's happening in the chat.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he was like, the peanut gallery is saying that you're misspelling this. You're missaying this city's name. It actually sounds more like this. Get it right next time. And things like that, which is just really funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, because he kept saying there's a town in Tennessee, and it's spelled like Lafayette, but it's pronounced locally Lafette.
Gotcha.
And he could not get it right.
Well, that's Versailles here.
Versailles.
Is Versailles.
But it's Versailles.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or Louisville, not Louisville.
Yeah. But
yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
cool.
So Ted Lasso, Hogwarts Legacy, Ryan Hall, y'all. Do you want to guess what the book count is?
4 months in, 122.
Ooh, you might be above me.
That was a guess.
118.
I was close.
You were close. I'm close to 122. I got 30 books for my 30th birthday.
That's right. You got 30 and 1 to grow on.
I need to tell everyone about that. I need to tell everyone about my 1 to grow on book. Should I do that now or later? I could tell that when we talk about comic books.
But we're not going to talk about comic books. You can tell them now.
I'll tell it now.
Okay.
So I asked for 30 books on my 30th birthday. I got 13 books on my 13th birthday. And then I thought 13 going on 30, I should get 30 books on my 30th birthday on April 3rd.
13 going on 30. I didn't even put that together.
So that's why I wanted 30 books.
Okay.
My dear sweet husband made a Excel spreadsheet, because of course he did, which is such a very Trevin thing to do. He showed it to me. It's color-coded and everything. That's so cool. About all of the different books that I was interested in. Got all of our sweet friends and family to help me get 30 books.
Sally.
Sally did it. Yeah. And so I get my 30 books. I'm like, yay, 30 books. And then mom and dad have a couple like extra presents for me, which was very kind. Dad got me a book, an extra book, that is by Richard and Wendy Penny. Is that how I say their name?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Richard and Wendy Penny, who are the writer, creator, author,
Artists.
drawer, all of it, for ElfQuest. And I love ElfQuest. I love ElfQuest so much. Lita was my I am name when I was in 6th grade because I thought she was the coolest thing in the entire world.
I am name. What the heck?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still paying for I have KY Medicine Man as my email address, and I'm stuck with it, and I'm 57 years old.
You can change it.
But anyway.
But so Lita was my I am name. And I just love ElfQuest. And so dad got me an ElfQuest, like Art of the Story book by Richard and Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's giant, it's a massive book. It's like a coffee table book size.
Yeah, coffee table book. That's what you would call it.
And they signed it and wished me a happy 30th birthday. They said, happy 30th birthday, Hannah, Richard and Wendy.
Isn't that crazy? so cool. Kind of them.
I was like, I'm famous.
That's hilarious. Yeah, they were like, if you mail it to us and put a return label on it, we'll sign anything.
Yeah.
And didn't charge.
Sweet. That's
but
so
I did buy
sweet.
the book. So, yeah.
It's a cool book. I flipped through it. I need to flip through it when I have more time to like sit and look through every piece of it. Because some of it is like, some of their like, not their like main warp. Like some of it is their like side stories.
Yeah, Warp Graphics is, I don't know, do they own Warp Graphics?
They might.
I don't know. Anyway.
I could Google that.
That's
Google
the comic book company that they work for with whatever, and that's where ElfQuest is printed through. So.
Wendy and Richard Penny own it.
There you go. Okay.
Cool. It's Wendy and Richard Penny, WARP.
WARP.
Wendy and Richard Penny, Warp.
Never caught. Did not know that.
That's awesome.
Does that literally say that when you looked it up?
It says that because when you Google Warp Graphics, it's capital W, lowercase a, RP. So capital W, capital RP, lowercase a.
Did not know
Wendy
that.
and Richard Penny. I'm dead.
Okay. Well, I'm 57. I've been collecting comic books for 45 years, and now I know.
That's so fun. Well, Trevin, like I have ElfQuest every way you can have ElfQuest. I have it in a omnibus. I have the like recolored floppies. We have almost all of the Warp Graphic, like OG giant ones. Apollo got into them.
Oh, tore some up?
And got into some of the plastic on some of them. And so we had to hide them.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, daggone cat.
No kidding.
He likes plastic. But my Warp, LOL, Wendy and Richard Penny, that's hysterical.
Can you put them in a box and close the box?
We did. We put them in a box and we closed the box.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
All right.
It's in a plastic box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, because they're too big to fit in the Warp graphics.
Yeah, because they're oversized.
They're oversized. They won't fit in our
They're not like a regular
boxes.
size Silver Age comic.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. I went back and rewatched The Last of Us.
Yeah?
Which is on HBO. And going back and watching it a second time, really you get a lot more, and you see the connection between the growing connection between the two main characters. It is great and amazing and terrible at the same time.
Yeah.
So it is definitely immature, and don't watch it if you can't. If you're, squeamish, there's a lot of tough stuff goes on in that.
Yeah.
We have finished The Chosen. We started watching The Chosen. We would watch an episode every day except on Shabbat, which is the Sabbath, Saturday. And so we finished the 4 seasons. Now, they released the whole next season in the theater like 3 weeks in a row. We did not get to see the first two, but we watched the last one.
And it was The Last Supper.
Which was, well, the whole season is The Last Supper. It's like things go on and it's back and forth, back and forth. You know, it's like one of those deals where you're jumping back and
Gotcha.
things are happening and then you're in The Last Supper. And yeah, so this was actually the Garden of Gethsemane ends with Judas kissing him on the cheek in the garden.
Judas.
So, yeah. Nicodemus comes back. So we get Nicodemus back. So if you don't remember, he's the one, actor who was in Paul Blart Mall
He
Cop.
does come back. That's scriptural.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, he comes back because he helps bury the body. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that's about all that's talked about that. But anyway, so we get him in the Sanhedrin. And
he would have
interesting because his issue is he really the Messiah? That's what he can't get. And his study looks like a conspiracy plot. He has scripture written up on the wall and yarn from one to the other from what Jesus said. So he has his sermons and
cool.
scripture, and he goes back and forth and he's trying to figure it out.
All of the scripture is fulfilled.
Yeah, so that's the whole entire. It was interesting. So yeah, it was good. I mean, it was different. I liked one part when he asks Peter, James, and John to go with him,
and they all fall asleep.
The last time he goes to get them, and he looks at them, and there are three little boys there lying down. Because that's how he pictures them as three little boys. So anyway,
we're doing Lent readings in my small group for each day of Holy Week. And last week, LOL. Yesterday was the turning over table.
Yes.
And all I could hear in my mind was Jesus from Jesus Christ Superstar. You've turned into a den of thieves.
Which is interesting because I'm listening to that on repeat. Jesus Christ Superstar. I literally listened to that. The Temple is what it's called.
Yeah.
I listened to that on the way home today.
He's scream singing. And I told my friends that that's all I could hear. And one of my friends was like, I missed it. Could you sing it for us? I think I'd be able to hear it better. And I was like,
that's
absolutely
hilarious. No.
Absolutely not. You can go listen to
this is interesting. The Bible app every day is doing a thing for Holy Week.
Cool.
And they've teamed up with The Chosen and they've given them a clip.
Oh, that's cool.
The clip was Jonathan Romy literally overturning the tables. It was the scene, him with the whip and everything. So each day has had a little snippet. And that's not even out yet. I think that comes out in June on Amazon. So is when that'll come out. So, So I've done that, listened to that. And
Jesus
I'm spending so much time working on selling my comics that I don't have a lot of time to watch stuff. But
you could listen to stuff.
I could. You're right. But I'm not going to do that.
Fair enough.
Well, I did. But I can only listen to things I've already seen, which is why I watched Day After Tomorrow.
No, you could download on Hoopla an audiobook.
I know, but I'd rather have a movie playing so I could look at it on occasion.
Okay.
That's it. So so normally we would do Pop's Pull List, but I have not gotten
nothing
comics
to pull.
for 2 weeks.
Nothing to pull.
Only thing interesting that I'm waiting on is we're going to get ready to get some serious Fantastic Four comic stuff, I think, coming out because of the movie. There is a...
We want to call something? Do you want to guess something that you think is going to happen?
No, I already know.
Okay.
So this is... Miles Morales is not originally from the 616 universe.
Okay.
Miles Morales is originally from the Ultimate Universe. And in Avengers Battle World, which would be Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Battle World, the movie, that universe was destroyed and reformed by Doctor Doom.
Classic.
The villain in the Ultimate Universe is a creepy Reed Richards.
Okay.
So he is the villain. He's called the Maker. At one point, he lives in a pocket universe for over 1,000 years.
Absolutely not.
He still looks really young. And so they are doing a Miles Morales. Now Miles is not in that universe. He's in the 616 universe, the original Marvel universe. Well, they're going to be doing a thing where Miles has to go back to the Ultimate Universe to save his sister. And it's going to be a run-in with Reed Richards and the Maker again. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. But, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. So, Hannah, tell everybody what we did.
Okay. We watched Jonah, a VeggieTales movie.
I just sat and laughed. I had it on. I had watching it like meal prepping, and I had my headphones in while your mom was doing something, and I was just like, I forgot how good this was.
Okay, Trevin has never seen a VeggieTales movie. My dear sweet husband. And so we watched VeggieTales. Here's a fact. Here's a factoid. Growing up, we on Friday nights would have pizza on the pizza rug and watch a movie as a family. That's what, historically growing up, that's what we did. Now, it wasn't until quite literally a year or so ago that I realized that the pizza rug was not let's get out the pizza rug. That way we all know what this is. No, it was an old blanket that my mom and dad threw on top of the carpet in the living room.
So you don't spill crap on it.
Wouldn't be everywhere.
No kidding.
But they were like, let's get out the pizza rug. And we will watch a movie and we'll all sit on the floor together. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And so in honor of a VeggieTale movie, which we watched a lot when I was a kid, I remember best The Ballad of Little Joe and the Larry Superman Batman one. I can't remember what they're called.
Larry Boy. Yeah, that's a great one.
In honor of those.
The lying thing. It's the weed that lies. The lying weed or whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, very Little Shop of Horrors, but it's fine. Everything goes back to theater today.
It does. You're right.
So we had veggie pizza and laid out a couple blankets.
That's hilarious that you had Did you have cucumber?
It was zucchini.
Zucchini, pretty close to a cucumber and tomato.
Zucchini and tomato and onion. We had veggie pizza and sat on the floor on a pizza rug. Anyways, we watched Jonah, a VeggieTales movie. It's for free, without ads. With ads. If you had an ad blocker, it's without ads. It's free with ads on YouTube. What?
What are you talking about? Do you have something you download and you don't have to watch your ads?
My dear sweet husband has connected a computer, an actual PC.
I don't want to get him in trouble.
He's not going to get in trouble. It's like an extension that anyone can add to any Safari.
Okay, gotcha.
We have a computer that is plugged into our TV. Mm-hmm. And so we sometimes watch YouTube and games and things like that on the PC because it's easier than going through YouTube.
Yeah.
And he has an ad blocker on that PC.
Gotcha.
And so we didn't have to watch an ad. He's like, let's do this at the house because I have an ad blocker. And I was like, perfect.
I did, but they were short and you could skip them.
Yeah, it's not bad. Mm-hmm. And there's not a ton of ads.
No, I think there was 4.
Yeah, not awful. And it's an hour 20.
Yeah.
An hour 15.
All right. So
I need you to know I asked Dad if we could watch this. And the first thing he said was, is that the one that starts out in the minivan?
Dude, yes. I was like, I remember.
And I was like, you knew.
Yes. Billy Joe McGuffrey was a very clumsy kid.
Clumsy kid. And the first day of first grade,
this is what he did. I was like, instead of so many bottles of alcoholic beverage on the wall, they do Billy Joe. Is it Billy Joe McGuffrey? Yeah, I was
a really clumsy kid
on the 12th day of 12th grade.
This is what he did.
So hilarious.
They are funny. Trevin was laughing.
I was too. It was great. I didn't realize that the Pirates Who Don't Do Anything came first.
Yes.
Because they were on the Silly Songs with Larry.
They were Silly Songs with Larry, and then this was added in.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it's Jonah. And it's all about compassion. Basically, they were trying to talk about empathy and compassion.
Mercy and compassion.
Mercy and compassion.
Those are the two words that they used.
He didn't want to go to the Ninevites because they were fish slappers.
It's just so funny.
They were liars, cheaters, and they smacked people with
they
fish.
smacked people with fishes.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And man, he's like, I'm going to go to Tarshish.
Yeah. And then we get a character that I don't know they could get away with doing now.
I literally told Trevin, I was like, they would not do this now.
Yeah.
And then Jonah calls him Carlisle, which is not his name. His name's Camille. And he's
really?
like, Carlisle.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
Yes. So he's supposed to be like
he's a little caterpillar in a turban.
Yes. Which, I mean, turbans are fine. People wear them all the time.
Yeah.
But
he just had an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they could get away with that now, but it's fine. I mean, he's really not a bad character in the movie anyway.
No, he's a good character in the movie.
He's a straight man almost.
I had forgotten how like true to scripture these things are. Like it was quite literally like.
Well, except for the fact that they made that the reason they got to go there was because they ate all these cheese curls.
Like who? Yeah, but that's just funny.
Twisty cheese. Yeah, that's funny.
But like,
and that they were going to get slapped with a fish.
Them playing Go Fish.
Yes, casting lots.
Lots. It's kids' version of casting lots.
Exactly. In the Bible, they're like, "Why are you down here? The storm's terrible. We're going to cast lots to see who angered who's God." And they do it by playing Go Fish.
They're like, "We're going to play Go Fish," and the prayer that the head pirate says is like direct quotes from Jonah.
And at one point they decide, I mean, in the Bible, they're like, no, we can't throw you overboard. We're going to try to row back. So in this movie, they don't try to row back. They've got a souped up engine they're like, I'm sure you do it this way. You pull the cord, then you press the bubble. No, maybe you press the bubble, then you pull the cord.
And then it just
like, and then it takes off and they're left.
It's like the engine on a speedboat.
Yes,
but it's just like sitting on the deck of this like pirate ship.
Right.
Man, and the thing that I love, one of the things I love about VeggieTales is how good they are at kind of like why is this story important and how does this relate to like the right now?
Correct. And it had to do with Laura, the little carrot,
and Junior,
and Junior. Laura had won tickets
to see Twippo.
To Twippo, but I don't think they were like special tickets because they were all going to see
pass.
Yeah, they were all going to see Twippo, the
singer guy.
Yeah, right. So now it would be like, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She got backstage and she was rubbing it in everyone's noses and then loses the
ticket.
The ticket out the
window. And
Junior's
like, you got what you deserve for teasing me.
Yes. Yeah.
Brutal.
That's brutal. I was thinking this, and I was like, man, he's like, come on. I get it. Laura was a punk, but you're
you're being a punk right back, my guy.
A nugget, man. I was like, goodness, dude, lay off. But the pirates who don't do anything are the ones who are basically narrating this story.
And are teaching them about the story of Jonah because they were there.
Yeah, because they were there. Yeah.
Yeah, the pirates who were in the ship.
The music is fantastic. If you and you know what surprises me is how many people, like you said, Trevin, like there are people that they've never don't even know who they are. Never heard of them.
Man.
Of course, this movie was in 2002.
Yeah.
So, it's 23 years old. And I don't know, do they make new content?
They might be making new content. I don't know to what degree they are.
I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings one.
I haven't watched it in a minute. There's the song.
Do you know what my favorite VeggieTales song is?
What? The bunny.
There's no.
The bunny.
Gosh, that's great.
Do you want to know what my favorite VeggieTales song is?
What?
Oh no, what we gonna do? The king likes Daniel more than me and you. Oh no, what
That's a
we
great
gonna
one
do?
too.
We gotta get
I
him
was
out of
thinking
here.
this. Yeah, I like the Sabu, the song of the Sabu.
Yeah.
Achumamu, achumamu, achumamu,
Choo-moo-moo,
achumamu.
choo-moo-moo. Yeah.
That's funny. I would listen to that again, but gosh, I don't know now. There's so many good ones.
I love the song that the angels sing while he's in the whale.
Yeah, the God of second chances.
Yeah, okay. The pre-chorus is "You're feeling pretty blue. Didn't do what God expected of you. Yeah, I'd be busted too if I was gonna be digested."
Yeah, if I was going to be digested. Yeah.
This ain't a pretty picture. No, this ain't a pretty sight. Oh, you ran from God this morning and you're whale chow tonight.
Yeah, whale chow. Yeah, chow. No, is
Whale
it chum?
chow tonight.
Chum.
Is it chum?
It's chum.
Regardless, that's
Well,
funny.
chum, which is what you feed animals. You feel them chum. That is so good.
So good.
Yes. Yeah,
So
because what are you
good.
guys doing down here?
We're God's messengers too.
Yeah.
We're a different kind of messenger.
Different
my
kind
guy.
of messenger. Oh, gosh.
I think that I don't know, because Trevin and I were talking, and I was like, "Well, what do you know about the story of Jonah?" Because so much of the story of Jonah, especially that's taught to little kids, is Jonah.
I read it. I went back
whale.
and reread the whole thing.
But man, Jonah didn't get it.
No, Jonas, he never got
He
it.
never got it.
This is a prophet at the end of the book where you go,
That's it,
dude. I don't think it didn't
my
sound.
guy.
Yeah, this does not have a happy ending. There is no bow. I mean, he even gets angry. He's more concerned about the plant that dies that was giving him shade than all the
entire
people
city of Nineveh
that repented.
Yeah.
Like they repented from the king on down. And here's the deal. In the Bible, Jonah doesn't even go all the way into the city. He only goes like a third and then is like, I'm done. He preaches it and the king finds out and then he passes
He's
a
like,
decree.
"Oh, like let's all put on sackcloth and ashes.
And he
let's
doesn't say,
all mourn."
he says, maybe God will have mercy on us.
Not like, "And God will."
No, he's like, maybe.
Man, the VeggieTales song is Jonah was a prophet, but he never really got it.
But he never really got it. Ooh, sad but true. Yeah. I'd forgotten all those good songs already.
He did not get the point.
Yes. Never did.
Goodness, this is savage.
I know. I am.
Savage.
Yeah. But when I started watching it and the Billy Joe McGuffrey song came on, I was like, I forgot how great the music is in these things. And we didn't even get the pirates who don't do anything. They don't sing that song. Yeah. So,
Man, A Message from the Lord. That song.
Yes, that one too.
Man, it's just fun.
I know it.
It's just fun.
And it's good. And it has good, good biblical principles. And it deals with what's going on in kids' lives today. Mm-hmm. And
there were jokes that were dated. Like there were jokes that were, the one that got me, I was cackling. Was
what?
They were asking when they were like sipping root beer and eating cheese curls. They're like, what are your special skills? And one's like, I'm great at croquet. I'm great at this. One guy's, I'm very great at lawn darts, which is illegal.
Well, they were illegal then too.
The thing that is just so extra funny to me is that at Trevin's grandma's house in the barn,
they have them.
we found lawn darts.
Oh, jarts. They're called jarts.
And I just,
because they're javelin darts. Jarts. That's why they're called.
It's just like a steel tip on this thing that
like
you just
gink in somebody's head.
Oh man. So there were like some things like that. But like honestly, if you're a parent watching this with your kid, you would just laugh.
You would think that's hilarious.
You'd be like,
the kid would go,
funny.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it. They just be like, haha.
Yeah.
But and the animation wasn't awful. I think it being like YouTube quality helped with that.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the deal. So at the Chosen movie, they had previews for a lot of new animated Jesus movies coming out.
Yeah, and it just is weird looking.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they did a preview for the movie you told me about last time we talked.
Which one? The David one?
No, the one where the guy is telling his son the story. The animated, and Oscar Isaacs is Jesus.
Oh,
in it,
the Jesus cartoon.
with Charles Dickens.
Did that look bad?
No, it did not look bad. It looked good. It
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah, I was having a hard time explaining it to you.
Yeah. It didn't. It wasn't bad. It looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
But-
all right. So that's it.
Would recommend. I think if you're gonna
Oh.
watch a VeggieTales movie, I think Jonah's a good one. I think The Bunny is a good
Yes.
one.
Yes.
I think
that's,
The Ballad
Don't
of
need a
Little
fork
Joe.
I just need a knife and a plate and a bunny. I don't need a Kleenex when my nose is runny. I just need a fork and a plate and a bunny. That's so good. That is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
And you Daniel in the Lion's Den.
They do Daniels and Lions, and it's, oh no, what are we going to do? The king likes
Yeah.
Daniel more than me and you.
Yes, that's a great
the
one
Esther
too.
one
So-
is really good too.
yeah.
The Ballad of Little Joe is Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes, basically yes.
Is what the Ballad of
And
Little Joe is.
Larry Boy has nothing to do I
with
don't know that
anything.
there's-
It's
I don't
just
think so.
it's talking about like jealousy
Lying.
and like gossip and lying as like
Yeah,
a weed.
Yeah,
And about how
as a
like it
weed.
grows the more you feed it is what
Yeah.
the first Larry Boy is about.
Yeah. Yeah, because So and just download Silly Songs with Larry and listen to
They're
them.
just so fun.
I Love My Lips is fantastic too.
They're so fun.
And
I had
I
that
mean that's the only
memorized.
Polish word I know. Usta
Usta.
means lips. That's it. That's the only reason I know it is because of Silly Songs with Larry. This is the part of the show where Larry sings a silly song.
Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed
That's what it's called. Rumor
is what it's
weed.
called.
Yes.
Dave and the Giant Pickle.
Oh,
Shack,
okay. I've never-
Rack Shack and Benny is
that's
Bunny.
the one. Yeah, that's the bunny. That's a great one.
Yep. Jonah, The Ballad of Little Joe. Pirates Who Don't Do Anything has one. But
You should
yeah.
listen to that song if you haven't got that. And Reliant K sings it. I'm not nothing against Reliant K. Just listen to the VeggieTales one. It's
Man,
better.
the Madame Blueberry
voices.
one.
Oh yeah, that one's a good one too.
So
Yeah.
good.
So folks, do it.
10 out
Get
of
on a
10.
VeggieTales kick because vegetables are good for you.
Yeah.
They make you healthy.
Yeah.
I had a bunch today. I had a salad and green beans, not together.
I had
in a
broccoli.
separate meal. Yeah, and sweet potatoes.
Yum.
I didn't have broccoli.
Well, friends,
We're just diving into the hole.
We're just-
yes.
yeah.
Thank
We
you,
need to be-
Hannah.
we need to
End
be done.
roll.
guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, our music is performed and composed by Brockwell Nason. Check him out anywhere you listen to music. My dear sweet brother made our art in Microsoft Paint. He's wonderful and talented. Thanks for doing that for us, bud. I edit and upload the podcast, and Dad takes care of our YouTube page.
That's right. And if you want to play along, join us on Facebook. It's freebies. Usually we're doing it on Tuesday evening.
6:30,
personal
7:30, 6:30, 7:30. Central Eastern.
Yeah. We may talk about the Goofy movie next week.
Woo!
So I don't know. We got Easter coming up this week. Hope you guys have a great Easter.
Yes.
Until then, we will.
Catch you on the
Catch you on the
flippity
flippity flop.
flop. Bye, friends.
Bye, guys.